So we are here for the NCAA softball whip around here for Wednesday, May 7th, 2025. Another part here, so we're going to talk about the scores update right now and the games going right now. There's a SWAC tournament. Two of the games of the SWAC tournament are being played at one site, at the campus site, where these games would normally be played. But because they had to push them back to, they're doing it. Actually, the SWAC tournament has a deal with the others, with not one of the fields out there, one of the softball field complexes, or softball baseball field complexes, where they have multiple fields in one area, they're able to play one game and two games on another site. So, and then, and we have Jackson State 8-0 over Bethune-Cookman in the top of the fifth. Alabama State 6-3 over Florida. So we have the winners bracket games and we have the elimination games at one site, though. Could be. And we have, which would make sense, And then we have Bama 6 Houston 4-0 over BYU in the top of in the bottom of 6. Top of the third, Utah Valley 3-2 over CLU in the WAC tournament, opening around the first round. Big 12 tournament first round is going on. We have the second round, or we have the second round of the Big Sky tournament going on. We have UC Santa 4-0 over Long Beach State. Idaho State 5-2 over Northern Colorado in the Big Sky tournament opening in the second round. They had a game. One game played. The suspended game resumed from yesterday. They were only able to get 4 innings in, and Portland, St. Northern Colorado, not even 4 innings, about 3.5. Then they were able to get some of the second game done, and now they're in the third game. So they're only going to do this third game here, Northern Colorado, Idaho State. They're not even done with day one of the tournament. It's been 2 days there, so Big Sky is really going to have work to do. Going to have to push back. And they're in a rain delay right now as you speak. So, wow. So, they might just have to, either play on Sunday, but they have to play before the NCAA suction show starts at 7 Eastern. So, they're going to have to play again. They're going to have to, play on Sunday, or maybe cut off the elimination games or something. The elimination games, if you lose, you're out or something. Or have, a winner take all or something. They're going to have to do something. Man. And even if they, or start early in the morning, like 9 a.m. Eastern, or 9 a.m. Mountain Time, which would be 11 a.m. Eastern. Start then. So they're going to start even earlier than they normally would. They're going to have to or something, because some instruments start really early, The Metronic that conference starts at 9 a.m. Eastern, or even 10 a.m. or even 10 a.m. an hour earlier, They're going to have to, or 2 hours earlier. They're going to have to do something in order to get these games in. And even if they play on Sunday, the Big Sky tournament has to move to Sunday because of the weather. They're going to have to still play them, get these games in. So even if it's just they cut out, they get rid of the elimination bracket, they get rid of those games if they have to. So we'll see. And tomorrow might be the resumption of the suspended game in Northern Colorado, Idaho State. And then you might have game 4, 5, and 6. Probably 4, 5, 6, and 7 after the suspended game gets resumed. So we'll see on that one. There's a rain delay there. We have 8 innings. Ole Miss defeated Florida 6-3. So Florida, number 4 ranked team. The power conference is ACC, SEC, Big 12, Big 10. They do a single elimination. Then we have the American Athletic. They do a single elimination. They kind of do it differently, where the top two seeds get by to semis. 3 and 4 get by to the quarters. 5 and 6 get by the second round. And the top 9 play. Some of these do it differently. And then some do it like they do it differently, than the NCAA. Like the Southland is the only team that does it traditionally like the NCAA. Some do with four, they do the double elimination. That's like the NCAA does it, but some do it traditional. Like the Southland's the only true traditional one because they start a week early and they do the bracket format. And then they do the top two teams playing a best of 3 championship series. Top 2 seeds and the higher seed hosts. Well, it's kind of traditional, but that's as traditional as you can get for the conference tournament. So, and we have LSU over Mississippi State 5-0, South Carolina over Alabama 6-2, and then Stanford 9-0, 2 over Pittsburgh, 3-2 Virginia over Louisville. And I already mentioned all these games here. We have Baylor. I didn't mention Providence beat Villanova 8-9, 7-3 Baylor over Kansas in the Big 12 first round. Conference USA tournament 5. Conference USA 5-4 Racing Tech over Mexico State. 10-8 Hawaii over Long Beach in the Big West first round. In the WAC first round. In 6 Utah Valley should Abilene Christian 8-0. 6-0 Southeast Missouri State over Tennessee Tech. 5-3 Florida Gulf Coast over Central Arkansas. 5-2 Wichita over Tulsa. 5-2 Mercer over Wofford. Mercer 1-11. They would play 2 games and they won both. 11-7 over Furman and off of Grand Slam. And a 5-2 win over Wofford, who was the host and the 4th seed. So, and then Siena 1-0 over Canisius. South Dakota 8-6 over Kansas City. 3-2 Michigan over Wisconsin. Coastal Carolina 7-2 over Southern Miss. 3-2 Delaware State over Norfolk and 6-0 Winthrop should Charleston Southern. Bradley 3 in the Big South. In the Missouri Valley 8-3-2 Bradley over Valparaiso. Maine 3-0 UMass 6-0 IU Indianapolis shut Southern Kentucky. 4-3 St. Joseph over Chicago. 7-2 Hofstra over Stony Brook. Boise State 6-0 over Utah State. 8-1 Akron over Central Michigan the MAC. 7-5 for Utah being 13-40. They did pretty well against UCF. 3-3-2 and 7-5. 5-2 Southern Indiana over Linwood. 7-1 Setzer Recipe. 5-3 Sam Houston over Mexico State. 13-10 in the high scoring game. Butler defeats Villanova. 6-4 UC San Diego over UC Santa Barbara. Southern follows the preview game 8-1. California Baptist 9-3 over Southern Utah. 7-6 Sanford over East Tennessee State. Texas Southern in the resumption of suspended game. They were on the top of the second. They went in Texas Southern's 4-3 over Maryland. 2-0 North Carolina defeats Notre Dame. 7-1 East Carolina over Memphis. Purdue 4-2 over Northwestern. 5-1 Howard over Morgan State. James Madison 5-4 over Troy. 2-0 Fresno State over San Jose State. And Indiana State is in the suspended game with Evansville. Indiana State is in the suspended game due to weather and lightning delays and rain delays. And there's been a bunch of tournaments that have been played in a good bit of tournaments that have either played games again rain and that they can still play. They want to get the game in because it's not like lightning or like really downpour or like slipping, like a slippage, like that's like really slipping, So in Jackson State beats Bethune-Cookman in 5. Nothing in there's the final 5. Then so let's bring in all these games. Let's also bring in the SWAT Digital Network. Again, the SWAT Digital Network. SWAT Digital Network. SWAT Digital Network. Let's bring in the SWAT Digital Network. Yes, the SWAT Digital Network is on YouTube. Oh, we're in the SWAT Digital Network as well. You can also, Utah Valley at CLU. In Long Beach, the Ets in UC Santa Barbara. We'll bring in all 4 games. So Dragon State's moving on in the SWAC tournament. He's for one more game. Let's bring in Houston at BYU. Houston versus BYU. This is Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. It says at Hall of Fame Stadium. The home of USA softball. And this is where USA softball has games. It's kind of like, it is pretty late at night though. It's 10:30 at night though. There. And it's also, you have 2 teams. Like Utah. They're not super far away from Oklahoma City. Utah's not it's still a bit of a drive though. It's like a drivable distance. It's not like something where you'd fly though, really. It's like kind of like a drivable distance, but it's still pretty far though. In Houston, Houston, Oklahoma City. That it could be a flight, like a small local flight that they would offer, but I can see why. It's pretty late though in this tournament though.
Really, the 1-2 punch here for BYU, giving them a solid game 1. If you're Coach Eakin and Pete Meredith, this is what you wanted to see. When these 2 pitchers get in, Villegas doesn't have to throw a whole lot, only 2 innings.
Fouled away again.
This gets the fun matchup with Iowa State.
Yep.
Just trying to picture the bracket in my head. I was like, wait a minute. Oh, and that's going to be an interesting matchup. Iowa State, great job this year. They'll take almost every series.
Ball goes to the backstop and advancing to second base. Houston now with a runner in scoring position. As it stands right now, we'll start things off tomorrow at 11 a.m. Arizona State and Oklahoma State, followed by Baylor and Texas Tech, UCF and Arizona. And BYU trying to hang on to earn the right to play Iowa State tomorrow in what would be a critical matchup for BYU and their efforts to make the field of 64. Villegas, the freshman from San Bernardino, California, staring into the eyes of Cintron, who launches into right field, and that'll do it. BYU
and BYU wins on the big 12 first round.
Job in long relief.
Let's go to SWAC Digital Network live on YouTube here. Yes, the SWAC Digital Network. SWAC is every sport championship except for the SWAC football championship. That's on ESPN. Like ESPN2 usually, because ESPN has like the FBS championships, and the SWAC does it where they have like still like a standard like FBS style championship where it's like the top 2 teams in their conference regular season, they match up and play. But then the SWAC basketball championships and the ones are being contested on ESPN Plus. And then the SWAC volleyball championship the championship game for Swift. Volleyball is on ESPN Plus, I believe. Like the SWAC, and the SWAC soccer championship, the whole soccer championship's on there. The outdoor track and field championship, they showcased they're going to show the last day of the SWAC outdoor track and field championships. Which is Sunday through Tuesday. Sunday through Tuesday, so and they have the last day of the outdoor track and field championships, last day of the indoor track and field championships. The cross country run that they do, the cross country championships. I mean, this one has bowling, but they do the bowling championship on ESPNU. They have it aired on Tape Delay, and they have it on ESPN Plus Live. So, I'm glad the SWAC Digital does it for free. The SWAC Digital Network has some men's and basketball games. Usually it's like the Division 2s, and it's like the Division 1s in football. Or like those for like basketball. I mean, a lot of the schools might normally televise their games for paid, you know. Like the school website, they're having it for free. You know, so no. Where? We're gonna bring in either choice on. Yeah. The Idaho State game is able to be resumed again due to like more resumed from sun, resumed. The Big Sky Tournament is, or otherwise we'll see. And we'll see when resume the time tomorrow is for the Missouri Valley Conference tournament. Missouri Valley Conference Football Championships. We'll see who resumes that. When that game is resumed, we will see. We will see when the Big Sky Championship is. I'm assuming it's probably going to be 10 a.m. Mountain Time, as that was the case today if it's played. Yeah, I'm assuming now it's going to be earlier than, like, when the first game was on. Maybe, I'm assuming. Or it might be just the same time as today started for the opening game. Because they were able to get all the games in but this one.
Anna Busan. Here's the 2-2. Off speed, laid off. The count is full, 3-2. Spooner gets on, it'll bring up the tying run. Bull count 3-2. foul. Straight back. Got a battle here. Bottom of the fifth inning. A&M, the home team. There's been playing uphill all game. Here's the 3-2 pitch. 2-1. Bring up the tying run to the plate.
And we'll keep the rest of this on because it is interesting here. And let's see if there is when the other game is on. Are they calling it a suspension? No, they are calling it a rain delay for now. I mean, they kind of have to though. You know, whether they want to or not, in the Big Sky, they kind of have to because it is like a rain delay. They have to whether they want to or not. They started game 3 at 8:55. Monday was the second game of the Big Sky tournament. And it started at normal time, 2:30 Eastern. So start at 7:55 Mountain Time. Let's see when the resumption of the suspended Missouri Valley Conference tournament is. Let's see here. Let's see here. It is Evansville, Indiana State. Is resuming their suspended game at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Central. They are resuming their suspended game. So, we will get that on tomorrow early. We'll start at 10 a.m. Eastern with Canisius Iona, the Summit Canisius Iona. In the Metro the conference tournament, we will have Evansville versus Indiana State, Mercer, Chattanooga, Brown, Prince. Out of the Ivy League, we have the Ivy League opening games tomorrow, and then we will have, obviously, like I said, and we have the Metro Conference tournament, the SoCon tournament, and we have the resumption of the suspended game in the Missouri Valley Conference tournament. And we have Canisius and Iona. Now, Canisius and Iona both lost their games. Canisius won the opening round. Then I believe Canisius lost, yes. Canisius lost, and so did Iona, I want to say. Where is Iona? Where is it? Canisius lost. Yes, and Iona lost in the Metro Catholic Cards. They both lost, so they're in the elimination portion of the bracket. And now it's in the top of the sixth here in the sweat. 6-3. We'll have it till all three. Till there's only 2 games on. No whack tournament's the only game on. But if the Big Sky comes back in for a little bit, we'll bring in the Big Sky as well. Although I would expect it's going to be at 10 a.m. Mountain Time. Is going to be the resumption of the suspended game between Northern Colorado, Idaho State. I would assume. So, although I would assume. And pretty much, it's a good assumption to assume that, because it's 70. And there's, so Cal State Fullerton team, they're hosting the Big West tournament. Yeah, it's the 4 seed Long Beach State and the 3 seed UC Santa Barbara. And now let's bring in let's bring in this WAC tournament game. 8 seed Utah Valley taking on 4 seeded ECL University. 5-3 CL University over Utah Valley. And they determine the seedings for these conference tournaments based off of conference tournament games. It is not based off of like overall record. It's based off conference tournament record only. Because you could have like play really, really tough teams, like power conference teams, but then in your games, then be regarded as like an 8 seed, say. Maybe you could have then maybe second or third, or like first even. And not every school that has like every like football and basketball. Football is, or not football, but men's women's basketball is the most popular college sport. But a lot of schools have that, and a lot of schools also have track and field. They have track and field, and then they have cross country. They have track and field. They also have like indoor outdoor track and field. They also have like cross country. A lot of schools have like softball and baseball. Not every school has softball. Not every school has baseball. Not every school has softball either. That has like the football, men's women's basketball, like volleyball is a popular sport. Every school has volleyball. Every Division One school that I know has volleyball. Is men's women's basketball, and then it's track and field, outdoor track and field, indoor track and field. Um, Even if you don't have indoor track and field, at least have outdoor track and field. You have um volleyball. You have cross country. You at least have outdoor track and field. A lot of schools have softball. A lot of schools have baseball. Not every school has softball. Not every school has baseball. Most schools have like men's soccer and women's soccer, but women's soccer is more popular than men's soccer. In college, and why I don't know. Let's go back to SWAC Digital Network.